Good morning, students. We will see about the Charter Act of 1813 in the lesson of Constitutional History of India. It contains significance of the Charter Act of 1813, circumstance of the Charter Act of 1813. Significance of the Charter Act of 1813. They clearly proclaimed the sovereignty of the Crown over the Company's territories in India, the powers of the Board of Control being considerably enlarged. The abolition of the Company's trade monopoly was not of less significance. British private merchants were allowed to go settle in India and thus to introduce a severe competition in trade which was superior to this entirely in the Company's hands. The Christian missionaries of England were allowed to come freely and settle in this country. This had wholesome effect in a sense that a large number of missionary schools and colleges were opened for the education of the Indians. The provisions for setting a about 1 lakh of rupees for the development of education in India was a welcome development. It laid the foundation of the English system of education in India, which through open progressive English literature on liberty and equality for the Indian mind to inculcate. Circumstance of the Charter Act of 1813. The Act of 1813 renewed the Charter Act of the East India Company for another 20 years. This period expired in 1833 and now the charter had to be extended between 1813 and 1833. There had been a great change. The great industrial revolution had taken place and it swept the medieval industrial system. The classes of laborers and capitalists emerged. The cheap products of the new machines and their export to foreign lands enabled the people to travel widely and broaden their outlook. Money followed in. Prosperity grew, thus giving birth to a new spirit of independence. Workers claimed better working conditions. Capitalists tried to suppress them. A new class of intelligence developed to help the class of workers. The triumph of the Whigs in Parliament opened the way for triumph of the liberal principles. It was really the triumph of the rights of man. The Parliamentary Reform Act was passed in 1832, which regenerated the spirit of liberalism in its fourfold strength. The dignity of man was recognized and the principle of laissez-faire came to the fore. In short, the old spirit of conservatism and exploitation had weakened and a new spirit of liberalism grew and a compromise between these two was struck. It was in these circumstances that the demand for the renewal of the charter came before the British Parliament.